Hey there, Stampers, and welcome to another Step It Up video. A couple weeks ago someone requested some Halloween cards, so I wasn't sure I was going to get them done this week. I've been sick, and yesterday I had no voice at all. So feeling better today, so I thought I'd get these done. I was inspired, the Step 3 one I saw on Split Coast. I think her name was Margaret. I'll check it. But she used last year's designer series paper, which I loved. It had the greens and the oranges and purples and black, and it was very pretty. So anyway, I wanted to update it, and I'm taking too much time because there's so much to show you. This is step 1, this is step 2, and step 3. Woo, woo, woo. Step 3 has a lot going on, and all of these have a lot going on, but this is the Simply Scored tool, and I'm going to highlight it this week on the blog for the product profile, and I'll show you how to create this. I don't have time to show you today, but let me go through the steps on the other cards, and throughout the week you'll get the whole spiel on it. So I'm going to move this aside. I went with a different card shape this time, and I get all the dimensions on the blog, but the finished card base is 3 3/8 by 6 1/2. And on this one I just decided to round this corner. On the rest I didn't, because I'm not using a mat. I wanted to add a little detail. So for step 1, here's the card base, and then I'm using the designer series paper, and you're just going to create 2 little blocks. This is 3 1/8 by 4 1/2, and this is 3 1/8 by 2 inches. There'll be just a slight overlap to create the mat using the card base. And then I used the seam binding, very vanilla ribbon. I tied a double bow and wrapped a little piece, but to tie them together. I'm using this punch. I don't know what it's called. I'll put it on the video. But I just stamped it. I'm using the Wicked Cool stamp set. Everything is from Wicked Cool. I used this one, and this one. So stamping it here, and then the way you create this little mat, you have the punch, and I cut the long end, so you're cutting just this center portion out, and I did it on 2 of them. You can see that I cut it out. And then I mat it, put a little adhesive, and that creates the top bit. And then you come back and you just do the sides. Since I'm not really showing the bottom, that part wasn't critical that I do, so I didn't do it. But you can take it apart, another piece, and then you can mat all 4 sides if you want. So I just created it that way. And then I tucked it in here and added the bow. Really simple, easy part. On step 2 card, I'm using the basic gray mat, and you're just going to use the same designer series paper, but to create a mat. And then I used the basic gray satin ribbon to create this portion here. I made a bow. I did the exact same thing I did on the step 1, except I added a rhinestone, basic rhinestone to Halloween. And then I did this little thing. I used the scallop circle punch, and then I used the this one. It is, I think, the 1 1/4 and then 1 3/8 circle punch, and I used designer series paper with the orange on this one, and just to give it some interest over the ribbon. And then I just added a basic rhinestone at the center of the web, and I like that the web is not strictly centered. I like that the center point of the web is off center of the circle, and you can direct it any way you want. And I also added one of the large basic rhinestones on that one. For the step 3 card, same thing, except I went with a basic black mat on the card base, and I I thought that echoed this print better. I liked both. And on this one, I used a circle, and the scallop just barely shows. I don't think you can even tell on that one. And then matted it off center on all 3 circles. And again, it's the same satin ribbon and the same matting of the sentiment. But this time, this is 10-inch strip, and I used the scallop edge border punch to create this interest. And then I took my Simply Scored board, and every 1/4 of an inch I scored. So I skipped one, and I went over, skipped a line, went over, did another one, and then I did the opposite. I turned it over so that you're creating peaks and valleys. And then the very time-consuming thing of folding all the peaks and valleys. This is just the little 2-inch portion I cut off. You can see. But what I liked about using this strip of pattern paper it creates this really cool design, and inside it created this really fun little thin stripe too. I can't lift it off because I already adhered it down, but you could even, you know, make this smaller. The last little details, I just stamped on pumpkin pie, the witch's hat, and cut it out and added it there, and added, you know, 2 little. This is a very versatile card, and yes, this took some time, and this morning when I started it, I thought, oh, what the heck am I doing? But I will show you on a video this week on product profile how to do this. And I think that what I would do is not flip it over. I think I would just score it every 1/4 of an inch, fold it really well, and then go back and score the other side, because it was really hard trying to figure out where my accordion folds were, and some of them I didn't do such a good job because I was trying to figure it out. But anyway, I also need glasses. Might be easier to do on solid, but I thought it was really fun to have these patterns already in here created through the pattern on the paper. And it really wasn't, once I folded it all, it wasn't that hard. But be prepared, if it's your first time making them, it might be a little frustrating at first, but once you do it once, you'll go, oh, okay, okay. So anyway, these are my 3 cards this week. Step 1, step 2, and step 3. And I think this card, this design layout, you can translate into any holiday or any theme, and it makes a really nice balanced card. Anyway, hope you have a good week and you enjoy the Halloween cards. I know someone out there on my blog requested them, so hope you enjoy, and we'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for stopping by.